In today's video, we're going to take you through what the cart staff should check as they're bringing the Tempo Walk out in the morning. So this visual inspection and kind of just checking some of the things should take less than a minute, but it's very critical to send out a properly working unit so the golfer has a good experience. So as you come in the morning, the first thing you want to do is check the power on the actual NOCO charger. Make sure it says 100%. You'll disconnect the charge cable. Then I kind of give a visual inspection. Do both the antenna brackets, are they still perpendicular to the frame? Both these look pretty good, so that's what I'm looking at here and here. Then I'll kind of look at the front caster wheel. Does it spin freely? Is there any major debris on either side? Sometimes mud will get caked in there and change the performance. I'll look at how it swivels. This one looks pretty good. Now, I get a lot of questions about how much play there should be. If you notice, there is some play up and down on this wheel. That usually goes away, but it's very noticeable as you're taking it out because we're on pavement, which is, you'll see it react very quickly, and there's no weight in the unit because there's no clubs. So you'll see a little bit more play in this caster wheel in those situations. But once it gets out on the course and the golf bag, the extra weight, you'll see this kind of control down a little bit. We also want to check just to make sure there's tire pressure in all three tires. I kind of use a foot to kind of inspect that. Then even while it's still standing up, I'll power up the unit, hit the neutral button, and if you tilt it back just slightly, you'll be able to make sure that these tires spin freely. And we see that there's no brake problems, anything there. So that was kind of our quick visual inspection here. Now, as we're dropping down, you can kind of put an eye on each one of the ultrasonic sensors, make sure there's no major scratches, that those don't need to be replaced. As we put it down, we just want to make sure, kind of give the cooler a quick check, make sure there's nothing left over from the last golfer, making sure it's clean, kind of giving a quick visual just on inspection of clean. And then we would kind of come over here, and as you can see, the power meter on this one is actually in the yellow. So for some reason that did not charge last night, and we'd want to go back and put it on the charger. So I would not send this unit out because for some reason it didn't get a full charge. So that's one of the visual inspections. You want to make sure the tablet powers up, make sure it's fully charged and set to the proper course. And then as I'm walking the unit out to the staging area, you just want to make sure it follows correctly, not too far left, not too far right, because then that would say you might need to do a recalibration. So again, just a quick visual inspection as it's up like this. We make sure it's got a full charge on the NOCO wall-mounted charger, kind of checking the antennas, checking the caster wheel, making sure that the wheels roll freely from this position. As we come down, we want to make sure everything's going pretty good. On startup, as we power up the unit, you want to make sure it tells you what channel, make sure that you have the right transmitter. Make sure there's no codes to clear like an ultrasonic shutoff. We have a video for that also. And then just make sure that the unit's clean, properly staged. So like this is missing a golf tee. We might want a towel in here, scorecard on. So get the unit prepped. And again, as you're walking out, make sure it's following the proper 4-foot distance. Make sure that it's not too far left, too far right. So we want to make sure that transmitter's on the center of the back as we're walking out. And those are just a quick checklist. And if we do that every single time the unit goes out, should take you less than a minute. And we'll know that as the golfer's taking this thing's in perfect working order, so they'll have a good golf round.